I don't feel I deserve it, but I'm very honored. I mean, I wouldn't be human if I wouldn't be honored by it. Work here, the inpatient unit, is the most important part in my life, beside my family.
Renata is absolutely an unbelievable volunteer. She gives it her all, every inch of the way. She gives everything she can to the families and to the patients.
I like also just talk with the families and talk with the patient and just anything what comes up. I mean, there is nothing what I would say no, I cannot do.
And Renata will go above and beyond to do whatever to make the patients and families happy.
She's just been exceptional.
She's a very wonderful person. She never meets a stranger. If you ever talk to her, you'll never forget her.
She is faithfully here every week and faithfully takes care of all of us. Renata is just absolutely invaluable to all of us. We just love her. Her attitude is always positive, and she's dedicated. She's very, very passionate about what she does.
If she said that she wants to help you, that's what she means. She wants to help you.
She just goes way beyond the call of duty. I've worked with many volunteers through my career, and Renata is outstanding. She just stands out above them all.
And I want people to know that it is where everybody really cares. There are no rich and poor. There are patients who need our help, and that is the important part. And we can do that only, if we have the means to do it.
And I'm receiving the Marilyn Spink Award, and it's a great honor to receive that. She was a pioneer. I became a volunteer with Hosparus because I believe that the end of life is important, that all life is valuable. No one person is too small.
The very first word that I think of when I think of Jan and Hosparus is she is an ideal ambassador for Hosparus. She lives and breathes the concept. She's the heart and soul of what the idea is.
I think the thing that touches my heart and would touch your heart when I tell you is when I visit, Monday nights we're out in her truck going up and down neighborhoods collecting cans for Hosparus. Then we're in the backside collecting horseshoes and whatever else could be recycled for Hosparus funds.
And then we took some of the stuff relating to the horses, bridles and pitchforks and all those kinds of things, and we've made chimes out of them and hung the horseshoes on and spoons, and people come in and they love them. They see them and they go, that's exactly what I want, and they've sold really, really well. We've had a lot of fun with it.
What's amazing is that she has found a way to recycle just about everything and anything that somebody could recycle and raise money that way. She's so quick to call and so excited and say, oh, I had just an enormous amount that I dropped off today. Hosparus is going to get such a big check this month. I just can't wait to send it. They'll be so excited.
We should let our imagination go and give from the bottom of our heart in any way we can.
I believe she deserves this great honor because she is an example of living life to the fullest. She loves people and she loves the business that she has, that she can provide a vehicle, a platform for organizations like Hosparus to reach out to those in their greatest time of need. She is driven by love. Hosparus and working with them through KAIS has given her a way to sparkle in that capacity.
It's very humbling and it's a huge honor to receive this award from Hosparus. I became a Hosparus volunteer, worked with patients and their families. And then several years after that, when I opened my business, I wanted to make it available to Hosparus to use in any way that would strengthen their efforts.
I went to the website and I looked up Hosparus. I saw that you spelled out the word hospice, and then you broke it up into parts. And the hosp, H-O-S-P part, meant host or guest. The P-A-R comes from helping to prepare. And when you think about Kai Hain, that is exactly what she does. So she's a perfect example and a perfect person to nominate for this award, because she lives being the host and serving her guest and trying to prepare them in the best way for a celebration, which is what the end of life is. She is the ultimate embodiment of what Hosparus does for our community.
Hosparus helped me work through my own grief. It also helped me develop a better understanding of the circle of life. It's also the most rewarding thing that I've had the pleasure of doing. Hosparus offers so much to so many people. My experience with Hosparus is one that I will keep with me forever. It's been a privilege to support their efforts in any way that I can, and I would encourage everyone to take advantage of that.
I was humbled and honored to hear about the award, because this award represents what all volunteers do to make Hosparus such a great organization, and it's been a joy and a privilege to be a volunteer for Hosparus. And I accept the honor on behalf of what the volunteers do to support families. It's been a privilege to be a part of Hosparus.
Well, Sharon has been a Hosparus volunteer since we started Hospice of Central Kentucky back in 1980. She has been involved with special events. She served on our board of directors. There's not been a year that's gone by that she hasn't been involved with us. She is a wonderful lady who freely gives of her time and talent and just makes it look so easy.
One of my favorite parts of volunteering for Hosparus has been going out into the community and hearing people talk about their experiences that they've had. And I can truthfully say, in all my years of volunteer work with Hosparus, I've never heard one negative comment.
I can always rely on Sharon, and I'm sure anybody who's ever met her knows that about her. But when you're working in an organization like Hosparus, you rely on people. You rely on volunteers like Sharon to help us get those things done, because at the end of the day, it's all about the patients and families, and that's where Sharon's heart is at. It's about helping others.
Hosparus is a special kind of care for people who want to spend the end of their lives in their own homes, surrounded by people and things that they love.
I believe Cheryl deserves this award because she has been a relentless raiser of funds for Hosparus at the Mitzi Silliman Golf Tournament. Cheryl took that ball and drove it 300 yards down the golf course, and I know last year we were over $10,000 alone for Hosparus. Cheryl gives you her 100% all the time for her family, for her friends, and as such, she's a super person and deserves every award we can give her.
Well, Mitzi was very passionate about giving back to the community. Mitzi was on the board of Hosparus, and so I feel like to honor her memory, this is a good way to do it, to raise money for a cause that she cared deeply about. I'm not doing this about, getting an award or anything. It's something that I feel very passionate about, doing for Hosparus. I don't feel that I deserve any kind of award. I'm passionate about it. But on the other hand, I'm thrilled. I think it's awesome.
When she sets her mind to something, she achieves it and goes beyond anything we could actually dream of. When many people set out to do greatness, Cheryl actually is achieving greatness. Hosparus has been there for us, as Cheryl has been, and I'd like to applaud both Cheryl and Hosparus, and I think the sky's the limit for Hosparus. Keep them in mind because they're doing great work here in our city.
Hosparus deserves all the support it can get because of what they do for people.
It's about giving back. We all get a lot of things, and we're all very fortunate, you know, every day of our life to be here. But I mean, you've got to give back too, and this is a wonderful way to do it for an organization that we need.
Well, I was surprised and a little bit embarrassed because I don't know how I deserve it. But thank you very much.
I congratulate Dr. Cloker on this award and then the services that Hosparus provides to the community as a whole.
I was very impressed how the Hosparus doctors helped my patients. The disease that I mainly work with, lung cancer, unfortunately still takes a lot of lives, and when I see that my patients are not able to survive the cancer and have not much time left, we want to make it the best possible time. By having Hosparus help them and help their families, I learned that the patients are very grateful.
He wants the outcome to be the best that it can be for the patient and for their families. That they have a good quality of life and that they're able to do the things that they do, and they have as much time pain-free and symptom-free as possible. He's a great man. He's a good man and he's a smart man. He's the total package.
Dr. Cloker has always been a patient's advocate. He is a gentle person. He's a role model. And of course, his patients are his #1 priority. We are privileged that we have Hosparus available to us.
But remember, Hosparus has much to give in the last 6 months and even longer of life, and palliative care in a broad sense can be used much earlier, or should be used much earlier.
And a lot of our patients, their quality of life actually improves once they're under hospice care. And
I think it's an excellent way to spend money on Hosparus, because these are the people that need it the most. The sense that you provide comfort and see that this helps works, and it gives back to the donor. It has so much in return to give. The donors will be the ones who are blessed.
It really is about giving to others of your time and your talent and your treasure. So we're pleased that to be acknowledged for this award.
And, she's been very passionate about supporting Hosparus, so we can credit it all to Paula.
I cannot imagine anybody that Hosparus should give an award to for all their generous, caring help. Paula gave of herself in ways that nobody ever saw. I just think that both Frank and Paula are very, very special people.
The people that use the services of Hosparus are very, very grateful for the care that they receive for their family members. And I've actually had people write to me notes thanking us for supporting Hosparus and through the Harshaw Training Foundation.
Hosparus is there to help and to be of value to the community. And I can't speak more highly of their achievements and their dedication and their sensitivity to the many people that are in need of their services. And so when you have people like Paula and Frank Harshaw digging in, making a difference, it helps an organization to be responsive to other people that have needs.
Success is really more about what you do for others and less than what you accomplish. Time and talent and treasure are all gifts that you can give. If you do it for Hosparus, you will be rewarded.